What's up, guys? We're back again. Thank you for tuning in and thank you for clicking. If you're new to the channel, we are working on Dan's 03 Cobra, and we asked you to subscribe before we continue on to the updates, because otherwise people forget. So just subscribe now, click it right here, and then go back and watch our other videos on the channel. Alright, so now that I got that out of the way.
We pull a bumper?
Well, this is the second weekend on Dan's car. We anticipated that we were going to be done this weekend, and I think the odds are, what are the odds?
Something not happening. That's for sure.
0. So everything should bolt on. Famous last words. Put a disclaimer in here.
We're hoping.
Little Hoonigan style. Cut to the footage where I say this when we're on week 3. 0 odds of it running this weekend. We got the fucking new guy over here. I don't know if you can see him. So I just sprayed brake cleaner all over my painted engine bay. So that was nice of him.
It's my contribution.
I was not working on the Cobra today. What would you guys get done besides get your nuts kicked in repeatedly on everything?
Fill the diff, got fuel lines run a little bit around the diff or the rear end.
Got the coilovers together after having to get a groove machined into them. We got that. Oh, focus on me here.
Yeah,
Gotta get the groove machined in here. Got that taken care of. That works now, which is nice. Should have just bought new ones. For the record, if you're doing this project, just buy new bill stains that have the groove in them.
Even though I was slightly misled because online it states that these should have a groove.
It's got 40,000 miles. The new ones in there.
Lesson number 2: do not listen to online.
Yeah. Fuck a phone.
So now we are gonna put this in. Maybe I think we're gonna start focusing on the engine bay shit because we're kind of dicked on the suspension still. The arms need to be machined out. They're not done. Got a bunch of fuel lines we gotta do. Got the hood off. Part out? Part out?
Nah.
He says no. So we're gonna delete a bunch of the EGR vacuum lines here. We gotta figure out a place to mount. Still gotta figure out a place to mount where we're gonna put the fuel pressure regulator. Once we remove all the EGR and all the bullshit that's gonna get swapped off of this thing, I think we'll have a better idea. But we're gonna start focusing on some small wins, like change the blower, get rid of the EGR, because we are losing at everything. But we're gonna make a strong comeback. We always do. So we'll check in with you guys shortly. Good evening. Now we were hesitant to bring you an update this time on Dan's Cobra because we got our balls kicked in all day yesterday, even a little bit last weekend as well. So we are happy to confirm that we actually made some solid progress so far today. So let's check it out.
Got the new blower all mocked up. Oh, put on, not really mocked up, I guess.
No, she's ready to go in.
Gaskets replaced. All around.
So these are ID 1050s. If you didn't see in our at the beginning of the video, ID 1050s. We are switching it to E85, so we figured since we're going to E85, might as well get a ported blower, and we picked it up on Facebook for what, like 300 bucks, 400 bucks?
Yeah, 400 bucks.
400 bucks. I mean,
just time being.
Yeah, so it's a current stand-in to get a couple extra horsepowers, and then it's got a 276 upper on it already also. So that's looking good. Earlier today, we finished getting the IRS back in it. Maximum Motorsports coilovers, Eibach sway bar, full tilt boogie racing, everything else. Sway bar end links, tie rods, everything. All the bushings are all replaced now. Went through the diff, made sure that was all good, which it wasn't.
Prior.
So it's looking good. So we got the fuel lines routed all the way to the passenger side, so now we gotta bring those to the engine bay. But we are currently focusing on getting the blower back in. Now he's got a catch can set up for it, so we gotta put a catch can setup on it. We're gonna eliminate some of the emission stuff, so we have to eliminate the EGR, all the vacuum solenoids that are on the driver's side, and a bunch of stuff that they do. So we're gonna simplify all that, get ready to install the catch can setup. Then we're gonna clean up the engine bay a little bit, and then sneak the blower in there, and then start figuring out where we're gonna put the fuel pressure regulator, because these mod motors are a little bit large for my liking. I mean, if you look over here, there's about 700 different places you could put a fuel pressure regulator over here. That thing, not so much. Another sneak peek on the Cobra, on this Cobra. Ooh, got some headers. I promise I'm bringing an update video on that soon. All right, so we're gonna get the blower in it. We'll bring you guys an update once we got all that in.
See you later.
The big boy.
Yeah, finally. Getting shit done.
Nightcap, recap. We're done for the evening, roughly. Doing some odds and ends. I'm not sure where these episodes are going to start and end, and if we're going to do one big one or not, but anyway. So here is the new blower. So we were going to put the fuel pressure regulator over here somewhere, which is why we have the fuel line here, trying to figure out where to put it. Although we were out of space, we tried to move this, couldn't really put it anywhere, tried to move that, couldn't really put it anywhere. So now, since we deleted the EGR, I'm going to walk to the other side, the garage is closed. It's a 4 double pump controller. What was it, FC3? So we decided to repurpose the EGR bracket. Held the 3 solenoids. We redid all the vacuum lines, kind of took them apart, all the Ford stuff, and reused it. We'll probably loom that in the future, but as of right now, it's staying like that. But got the fuel pressure regulator mounted. Run the lines right here, run them up down here. So we have to rerun them underneath the car, which is the downside, but this is where Dan wanted it anyway, so he won. Got the IRS in, we already showed you that.
Progress is progress.
We are failing less today. By
Feeling
far.
real good.
Does feel a lot better. But it's, once again, it's 2 in the morning. So we're gonna close the night here. How many days have we been working on this? 4? 5? I think it's been 5 days.
Yeah.
So 5 days, we're finally starting to make some progress putting it back together. 5
total.
Yeah, 4.5, 5 days, whatever. But in those 4.5, 5 days, we completely rebuilt the IRS, pulled the blower, cleaned everything, intercooler, everything's all done. Re-got that on there, whole fuel system. And hopefully tomorrow the fuel system's buttoned up so we can check it for leaks. Got a little bit of wiring to do to still get it to work. Very minimal though. We got the hob switch in. Ooh, I didn't show them the hob switch. Let's go back. Cause it's super hidden. Factory AF. Everything's factory AF. So we ran one of the factory vacuum lines all the way over here. Hopefully the camera's focusing. Then we hit the hob switch over in the corner right here. So if you don't know what a hob switch is, the FC3, the 4 fuel controller, what that does is once the hob switch sees 5 PSI, it puts out 6.5 voltage or more, and that is what triggers the FC3 to tell pump number 2 to turn on. So it's kind of neat. Especially with the 85, it doesn't like to get hot, so when you're running 1 pump only when you need it, and 2 when it really counts, it works out really nice. So that'll help for longevity on the whole situation. But thank you guys for watching, and we'll be checking in with you shortly. Hopefully we get this thing on the ground tomorrow. Oh, that's not gonna happen.
No, we want to take the front suspension apart.
We still gotta do the whole front suspension. Fuck. So hopefully we pull the front suspension out of it tomorrow. I think that's probably where we're gonna be at. Taking the front suspension, getting ready to drop the K-member, and then get that back in there too. So we'll see you guys later, and thank you so much for watching. Have a great night. All right, wrapping up weekend 2 on the Cobra. We just got done cleaning up. Bench is all cleaned off. Made some significant progress this weekend.
For once.
For
Not
once.
really for once, but.
I mean, out of the 2 weekends, 1 weekend we made no success. This weekend we made a ton. So I already recapped, showed you guys the whole IRS. The lighting's better today than it was last night. Still have to adjust the sway bar, otherwise everything's tight. We did have the fuel lines going down the passenger side, like I showed you last night. We did change all that. Came up into here, there's the fuse for the 4FC3. Everything's gonna be tucked behind here. And then after chopping up the EGR bracket, we got that to look all nice. The fuel pressure regulator, zoom out, get a better image. Got the ported blower on it, 276. A lot cleaner back here without all the emission stuff over here. All the EGR junk is all gone. The 4 kit didn't come with a 180, but since we put the regulator right there, we had to get a 180 going to it. Otherwise we use just the adapter that they give us for the stock fuel rail. Looking good. All works, holds pressure, no leaks.
Success.
Yeah, overall great success. Next we're going to pull the front bumper off. We have to mount the catch can. What else is going in the front bumper?
Heat exchanger.
Heat exchanger, we got a different intercooler.
Relocation. Those are front bumper stuff.
Yeah, so we're going to pull the front bumper off to do all 3 of those. And then what else we got going on?
Full front suspension.
And then we got, yeah. Then so the next video is going to be obviously just the front end. So this video, maybe 2, was getting everything that we did so far, which was the fuel system, rear suspension, IRS rebuild. What else do we do? That's pretty much it in a few sentences.
Yeah.
Wiring the fuel system to work. Then the next episode will be the front. I'm going to drop the K-member, coilovers, Maximum Motorsports tubular, e-bike front sway bar,
Right.
and then obviously the things we're mounting to the bumper, which you guys will see shortly. So subscribe, tune in, and let us know what you guys are thinking down in the comments. We appreciate you guys so much for watching, and we'll be seeing you guys shortly.
Thank you,
Take
Mike.
it easy.